Hello, in this video we look at consonant clusters. A consonant cluster is a group of two or more consonant sounds that occur together without any intervening vowel. These clusters can appear at the beginning, middle or end of a syllable or word, and they're very common in English. But they present major pronunciation difficulties for many learners, especially those whose first languages do not allow such clusters. For example, initial clusters at the beginning of a syllable might include s and t, like stop. And this causes problems for a lot of Spanish speakers who don't possess such a cluster in their language. Final clusters might be things like sk in the word asked. And medial clusters in the middle of the word might be things like k, s, t, r combined in the word extra, for example. Some words even contain triple or quadruple clusters like texts or twelfths, where you have in the word texts a k, s, t, s sound, or a cluster I should say. And in twelfths, you have a l, f, and s sound. Why are clusters difficult? Well, there can be phonotactic constraints. That is, many languages don't permit clusters or allow only very limited combinations. For example, Japanese allows very few clusters, so learners may insert vowels, a process called epenthesis, to break them up. So school might become sekul. There might be articulatory complexity, so producing multiple consonants in sequence requires precise movements of the articulators. So final clusters in particular can feel unnatural or choking to learners. And then there's issues of intelligibility versus accuracy. Learners might drop one or more consonants to make speech easier, but this often changes meaning. For example, cold versus cold, post versus pose. What are the implications for teaching? Well, it's important to approach cluster instruction in steps and to distinguish between perception, that is, can the learner hear the cluster accurately, and production, can they say it? Well, what tips do we have? Well, maybe you could practice clusters first on their own, then in simple words, and then in fluent speech. You might even start from the end and build backwards. So from texts, maybe you go s, then ts, then ks, then x, and then texts, which is quite difficult even for someone who's a native speaker. You can use contrast like cap and clap, it and spit, etc., etc. And you can draw learners' attention to articulator positions. So use mirrors or visuals to show what their tongue or lips should be doing in certain contexts. You can let learners hear themselves to raise awareness and track progress. So, in summary, consonant clusters are a distinctive feature of English phonology, and while they pose a significant challenge to learners from many linguistic backgrounds, focused incremental practice and awareness-raising activities can help learners master them over time. Improving cluster pronunciation leads to better intelligibility, listening comprehension, and confidence in speaking. Thank you.